At my sister's baby shower, my wife disappeared for 30 minutes. I found her outside, crying on the phone. I asked what was wrong. She said, "Just work stuff." That night, I checked the security cam from our driveway. She wasn't alone. She was in the back seat with my brother. I sent him the footage. No words, just the file. He left the group chat. She left the house. I kept my silence, and the footage, just in case. This happened last year, mid-April. My sister Haley was 8 months pregnant with her first kid, and we were throwing her a baby shower at my parents' house in Loveland, Ohio. Typical Midwest suburb, quiet streets, trimmed lawns, the kind of place where everyone waves at each other but minds their own business. Jenna, my wife, came with me, like always. We'd been married a little over 4 years. We were trying for a baby of our own. Or, I thought we were. Things had been good. Not perfect, but good. You hit rough patches in any marriage. That's what I told myself. My younger brother Kyle was there, too. He's 3 years younger than me, 32 now, but you'd think he was 25, the way he acts. He's always been the golden boy. People like him instantly. Big smile, loud laugh, always quick with a joke or a beer. And yeah, him and Jenna got along. She'd laugh harder at his dumb stories than she ever did at mine. But they were family. You don't think like that about family. The shower was typical. Folding chairs, pastel decorations, too many cupcakes. My mom loves to overdo things. Haley was glowing, as they say. Jenna helped her unwrap gifts and made small talk with my cousins. Kyle and I handled the grill. I remember I was flipping burgers when I realized I hadn't seen Jenna in a while. It was maybe 3:45 p.m. No big deal at first. I figured she was in the bathroom or helping inside. But 10 minutes passed. Then 15. Something in my gut started twisting. I walked through the house, checked the bathroom, the kitchen, the back room. Nothing. Then I stepped out the front door. That's when I saw her. She was squatting next to our car, behind the driver's side door. Her head was down, one hand covering her eyes, the other holding her phone. I could hear her voice, low and shaky. "Please, no, just listen. I don't know what to do," she said, or something like that. I froze for a second. I wasn't supposed to hear that. I cleared my throat. "Jenna?" She jumped like I'd caught her doing something criminal. Turned her face away, wiped her eyes fast. "It's work," she said quickly. "It's just work crap. My boss emailed me about that audit, and I didn't want to ruin the party." I nodded slowly. But something was off. The look in her eyes. I can't even explain it. Like panic mixed with guilt. "You okay?" I asked. She forced a smile. "Yeah, just needed air. I'm fine." We went back in. She blended right back into the party like nothing happened. That night, we got home around 9 p.m. Jenna went upstairs, said she was going to shower. I poured a whiskey and sat on the couch, replaying the day in my head. Her disappearing. That phone call. The way Kyle had vanished around the same time. Then I remembered the camera. We've got a ring cam above our garage. It faces the driveway. Normally, it just catches raccoons and the occasional Amazon driver. But it records any motion. So I opened the app, scrolled to the timestamp, and hit play. There she was, Jenna, coming out the front door around 3:42 p.m. She walked straight to our car, got in the back seat, left the door ajar. Then, at 3:45 p.m., Kyle appeared on the screen, walking quickly, looking behind him. He didn't come from the front gate. He came from the side path, from the backyard. He opened the back door and climbed in with her. The camera has no sound, but I didn't need audio to know what was going on. The way his hand brushed her thigh, the way she leaned into him, the way she laid down and his hand disappeared below the seat line. 19 minutes. 19 goddamn minutes. They got out one after the other. She smoothed her dress. He adjusted his belt. I watched it once. Then I saved the file. Just in case. I didn't sleep that night. Jenna came downstairs around 11, said she was going for a walk. I waited until she opened the door, then stood up and showed her my phone. It was paused at the frame of her and Kyle getting out of the car. She froze. I didn't say a word. Didn't need to. She didn't cry. She didn't beg. She just stared. Then went back upstairs, grabbed a duffel bag, and left. I haven't heard her voice since. As for Kyle, I sent him the video. No words. Just the file. He read it. Then left the family group chat. Deleted his Instagram that night. I haven't told Haley. I haven't told my parents. I don't know what story they got from either of them, but I haven't said a damn thing. I just kept that clip, burned it into my memory. But here's the thing. I didn't delete it. And I'm not done yet. After Jenna left, I didn't hear from her for 3 weeks. Not a call, not a text, not even a forwarded bill or some petty message about her clothes. She just vanished. Same with Kyle. Total radio silence. But silence has a sound if you listen long enough. The first sign something was happening came from Haley. She called me out of the blue one morning, all cheerful, asking if I'd be bringing Jenna to her next OB appointment. I froze. I hadn't told her anything. I didn't want to put stress on her pregnancy. But it hit me. Jenna must not have told her either. Which meant Kyle hadn't said anything, either. So they were keeping secrets too. I played dumb. Nah, she's swamped at work lately, I said. Probably just me. Then Haley said something that made my skin crawl. Well, that's too bad. Kyle said he hadn't heard from either of you, and I figured something was up. He seemed off. Off. That was the word she used. Not sad. Not distant. Off. I didn't say anything, just made an excuse and hung up. I started paying closer attention after that. I noticed Jenna's car was still parked a few blocks away near a 24-hour diner. I knew the plates. She wasn't staying with friends or family. She was here, still in town. I drove past one night just to be sure. I saw her through the window of the diner. She was sitting at a booth alone, staring into a cup of coffee. Just her. No Kyle. She looked wrecked. I didn't go in. 2 days later, Kyle showed up at my house. No warning. No text. Just a knock at the door around 7 p.m. I opened it, and there he was, wearing the same damn jacket he wore that day. His face looked thinner, older. Like the weight of what he'd done was finally catching up. Hey, he said, like we were just brothers catching up. I didn't say a word. Just held the door open. He walked in, slow, like he thought I might swing on him. And maybe I should have. I'm not here to make excuses, he said. I just need to tell you something. I didn't sit. Didn't offer him a drink. She's pregnant, he said. Jenna. That word hit me like a hammer to the chest. Pregnant. With his kid. She didn't know what to do, he said. She didn't even tell me at first. But I guess she couldn't deal with it on her own anymore. I stood there, staring. I felt like the walls were closing in. She's not keeping it, he added quickly. She made an appointment. I thought you should know before it's over. Over. I kicked him out of my house that night. Told him if he ever came back, I'd make sure the whole family saw that video. And that's when he said it. You think I care? You think Mom and Dad will believe you? You were always the quiet one. The one who never fought back. Then he laughed and walked to his car. That laugh stuck with me. He still thought he was safe. He didn't know I'd already made 3 copies of the video. He didn't know what I had planned. But he would. Soon. The morning after Kyle came to my house, I called in sick to work. I couldn't sit at a desk pretending I gave a damn about spreadsheets or deadlines. My head was somewhere else. Somewhere dark. I didn't know what I was planning exactly. But I knew this couldn't end with just silence. Not anymore. I opened my laptop and started digging. First into Jenna's email. She never changed the password. I guess after years together, she thought she didn't need to. I found nothing about Kyle. No love notes, no confessions. But there were emails from her job she'd quit. 2 weeks before the baby shower. She'd told me she was just working from home more. That was a lie. Next, I checked Kyle's social media. He was gone, scrubbed clean. But one name kept showing up in old tags and comments, Nicole. His ex-girlfriend from 2 years ago. The one he said wasn't right in the head. I reached out. At first, she didn't want to talk. But when I mentioned Jenna and said I had reasons, she agreed to meet at a local coffee shop. Nicole didn't even blink when I mentioned the affair. She just sipped her drink and said, "Sounds about right." Turns out, I wasn't the first brother Kyle betrayed. Nicole had been seeing him while he was hooking up with her roommate, then lying to both of them. Same charm, same innocent smile. Same pattern. He's got this thing, she said. He likes messing with people who trust him, especially people close to him. That stuck with me. Kyle wasn't just a cheater. He liked the damage. It made him feel in control. When I got home, I opened my backup folder. The footage was still there. But I did something I hadn't done before. I watched the whole 19-minute clip, all the way through. At the end, something new hit me. Jenna didn't look happy. Neither did Kyle. She wasn't laughing. She was crying. Not just when she left the car during. This wasn't romance. It wasn't lust. It was guilt, shame, and maybe fear. Later that night, I drove back to the diner. Jenna was there again. Same booth. Same tired face. I walked in. She saw me. Froze. Didn't run. Didn't speak. I sat down. You didn't tell me everything, I said. She looked at the table. Hands shaking. I didn't want to hurt you more, she whispered. Too late. I didn't even plan to see him that day, she said. He followed me out. Said he wanted to talk. I shouldn't have gotten in that car. Why'd you stay? She looked up then. Eyes red. Because I didn't know how to say no to him. Not then. Not after everything. Everything. She hesitated. It wasn't the first time. There it was. The final twist in the knife. It started when we were having trouble last year, she said. You pulled away. I was lonely. And Kyle, he was just there. I sat back. Numb. He said he loved me, she said. But after the baby shower, after he saw your text, he stopped answering. He told me I meant nothing. So Kyle had used her. Lied to her. Then cut her loose. You said you're pregnant, I said. She nodded. Not anymore. I went through with it. Why tell me this now? Because I want you to destroy him. And I'll help you. Jenna saying she wanted to help me destroy Kyle wasn't what I expected to hear. Part of me didn't trust it. Another part? The one that had been sleeping on the couch alone for weeks with that video burned into my skull? That part wanted blood. What does that even mean? I asked. I'll tell the family, she said. Everything. That it wasn't just one time. That he pressured me. That he manipulated me when I was weak. And you think they'll believe you now? They'll believe it if it comes from me first, she said. And I'll back up your story. No more silence. No more protecting him. I nodded. Not for her. For me. We made a plan. The next weekend was Haley's baby sprinkle. Just a few people. Mostly family. My parents, Kyle, me. Haley didn't know Jenna would be coming. She hadn't seen her since the baby shower. We waited until dessert. I stood up and tapped my glass like I was going to give a toast. I need to say something, I said, clearing my throat. It won't take long. I looked at Kyle. He was smiling, chewing a piece of cake, acting like nothing had happened. Then I turned to Jenna, who stood beside me. She looked pale, but strong. I found out last month that my wife and my brother were having an affair, I said. It started before the baby shower. That day, they were in my car for nearly 20 minutes. I have the footage. The room went dead silent. Forks froze midair. My mom gasped. I didn't say anything because I wanted to be sure, I said. But now, Jenna has something to say. She stepped forward. Her voice cracked at first, but she pushed through. Kyle manipulated me. It wasn't just a fling. He knew I was going through a hard time. He said things, made me believe we had something real. But it was a lie. I got pregnant. And he walked away. Haley burst into tears. My dad stood up, furious. Is this true? He barked at Kyle. Kyle didn't answer. I pulled out my phone. You want to see it? No. Kyle shouted, standing up. What the hell is this? You're seriously doing this right now? You did it, I said. All I did was survive it. He turned to our parents. You're really going to believe them? Jenna's always been unstable, and he's just jealous. That's when my mom stood up. Enough. She walked out of the room. My dad followed. Haley, still crying, looked at Kyle with pure disgust. Get out, she said. Don't ever come back. Kyle turned to me. You think you won? You think you're better than me? You're still pathetic. I didn't hit him. I didn't yell. I just showed him the file again. Hit play. Let it run for 10 seconds. Then turned the screen to the rest of the room. That was it. He left. Drove off. I don't know where. Haven't seen him since. Jenna didn't stay either. She came to make it right, but it didn't undo what she did. I couldn't forgive her. I told her that night, calmly, that we'd be filing for divorce. She nodded. I never deserved you, she said. Maybe not. But I wasn't innocent either. I ignored the signs. I let the silence grow between us. I let Kyle charm his way past my defenses. I let my marriage rot without speaking up. And I let revenge fill the cracks. In the end, we all paid. But Kyle lost everything. Family. Respect. The golden boy image. I still have the footage. I'll never need to use it again. But I keep it anyway. Just in case.